John Wick looks mad right there.
Yeah, he does.
I'm so mad at these bullets!
Hey, you dorks, this is Gunnar Hansen, Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and you are listening to The Dorkening.
Hi, I'm Brian Johnson, and although you probably accidentally stumbled across it and have no idea why you're watching it, you are in fact watching The Dorkening.
Hello, this is Tom Kenny, voice actor, the voice of the Ice King on Adventure Time, and SpongeBob SquarePants. Meow. Oh, Gary the Snail, too. Hey, guess what you're filling your eye holes and ear holes with? The Dorkening! Oh, I love the Dorkening. Very popular in Ooh. And Bikini Bottom.
Hi, I'm Lou Ferrigno. You're watching The Dorkening. And you know what? You don't like me when I get angry, so don't get me angry. You better keep watching The Dorkening.
Hey guys, this is Felissa Rose, and you're watching The Dorkening.
Hey guys, it's Courtney Palm. We're shooting Death House, and you're watching The Dorkening.
This is Anthony Michael Hall, and you're watching The Dorkening. Stay tuned, my friend's going to show you what entertainment's all about, baby.
The Dorkening.
The Dorkening and all affiliated shows are not intended for anyone under the age of 18. The following may contain discussions or scenes that have adult situations, graphic violence, nudity, strong sexual content, and graphic language. This show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Rise and shine, my sinners. When Father Evil starts his day, he gets a little deadly. Deadly Grounds coffee has the richest, smoothest flavor you'll find anywhere. It's sinfully delicious. Once you go deadly, you never go back. Order yours at getdeadly.com. Coffee's so good, it's scary.
Hey, happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to the Dorkening, and we have an awesome show scheduled for you today. As always, my name is Leo, the monkey behind the keyboard, or I've been designated the gorilla behind the keyboard by the Token Deck guys. I don't know how that happened, but anyway, powerful Brandon, how's it going, my friend?
Hey, kids! It's going well. It's Wednesday, so midway through the week, it could plateau right here. It could just be all downhill. We'll find out.
Oh yeah. Steven, my friend, how's it going?
Excellent, and a lot can happen with a week off.
Oh yeah, totally. And we have somebody else in the back room that's about to join us. Hopefully everything's working fine. And I'm gonna click your button. I see it by your phone. I'm gonna give you a heads up. Maybe not. I'll wait till he's all configured.
Let me click your button for you. Click your right in.
Yeah, we had a week off. I had a vacation. I wasn't telling anybody about.
Especially some of the guys on the show. Like the night before, hey, we're not doing that. Oh, I don't know what to do with myself now.
And hey, Tom, how's it going? Turd Ferguson.
Hold on. For some odd reason, I'm not getting any sound because I can't really hear you guys.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear the hell out of you, buddy.
Yeah.
Some might say a little too well.
Yeah.
Not me, but some.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Never fails.
How about now? Can you hear us?
Hold on, guys.
Okay. You know what?
For some odd reason, I can't hear you guys.
Huh. I'm gonna kick you in the back until you can figure it out.
Wait.
Oh, that wasn't the button to kick
Yeah.
it. There we go. Tom, I'll bring you back in a second once you get the audio fixed.
No, wait, that wasn't the button. Get the fuck out of here. Real nice. That's our fearless leader, Don Pole, everyone. I mean, Leo Pond. Sorry. I have anagramitis.
Yeah, I have a problem hitting wrong buttons. Yeah, we took a week off. Like I said, I took a vacation, well-needed vacation. And it's just only did a couple shows last week because I accidentally scheduled shows while I was on vacation.
Yeah.
Like, after I scheduled, I'm like, oh fuck.
Looks like that pull the rug out from under everybody's feet doesn't quite fucking work the other way around, huh, buddy?
Womp womp.
Tom, how's it going? Can you hear us now?
Yeah, for some odd reason, I'm trying to. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I can't hear you guys.
Yeah, and your volume.
Weird.
Your
volume
volume is way high.
Yeah, the volume is up.
No,
I have my. I know you guys are pantomiming right now. I don't know if you guys can hear me.
You are very loud.
Yeah, you're loud. I'll text you. Okay, let me message him. So, Steve, what you said a lot happened in a week.
Well, pop culture wise, I'm sure we'll get to it.
Oh, something happened. Ooh. Because we didn't do a show, I didn't care about anything, so I look forward to being enlightened.
Well,
just kidding, everyone.
I'm sure. Well, Brandon talked about one thing, and I'm sure. Let's just get the cat out of the bag right now. Well, let's give the cat a blue pill first, and then the Matrix, the new Matrix movie, is coming in Christmas.
There's a new one? I'm sorry. Hiya, Sammy. How you doing? Hey, Panda Cat PK, elbow cough.
To be fair, she missed you saying that last week.
Yeah, I watched the show because, like, afterwards, like the next day, and I was like, oh, I dropped the ball. Didn't it say Facebook use? Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. I did miss it the last show too because it said Facebook user, not Sammy when she commented.
Yeah,
I felt like a jerk.
So you can do it twice now to make up for it.
Thank you, Sammy.
I just love.
I just like to blend. I'm the center square. Happy Days, Good Times, and Little House on the Prairie.
But yeah, cat's out of the bag, I guess. So give the cat a blue pill.
Didn't you just say that?
What?
I just get the weirdest sense of deja vu.
But it's not deja vu. It's what is it?
It's that feeling that you can only describe in French. Oh wait, deja vu.
It's a glitch in the Matrix.
Or it's a glitch in the Matrix.
Let me just say the title, Resurrections. Can they think of another title? I mean, because you have...
Well, I mean, in fairness to them, it would have been weird if they had just got, named it The Matrix Erections.
Well, they have Reloaded, Revolutions, and Resurrections. And usually when you have a movie with resurrections, that's where besides going into space, that's where franchises go to die. So,
well, I mean, it's been so long since the last one, and clearly there's some interesting stuff going on in this movie.
Yes.
I was saying right before the show started, I can't believe that I'm right back where I was post The Matrix, waiting for The Matrix Reloaded to come out. I spent so much time obsessing over any nugget of potential truth to what the stories would be for parts 2 and 3 of this Matrix trilogy.
Also, didn't we get
the anime?
The anime on Netflix and not Netflix,
DVD. Animatrix.
MTV.
It wasn't on MTV.
There was an MTV one.
No, you're thinking of Eon Flux. It was very similar. Some of the segments of Animatrix, but I get exactly what you're saying.
A couple of them.
Enter the Matrix acted as a bridge right alongside the Animatrix between the Matrix and the parts 2 and 3, particularly part 2, Reloaded. And I played Enter the Matrix because I needed to fucking see everything, and that actually built up a lot of my expectation for Reloaded. And then I started like really squirming in my seat in the movie theater when the Oracle was like, anytime you've heard stories of werewolves or ghosts or vampires, that's a program from the Matrix not doing what it's supposed to. And I was like, please tell me we are about to fucking see werewolves and vampires and all kinds of crazy shit in the Matrix. And instead I get 2 fucking white dudes with dreads. Good stuff. Thanks, Wachowskis.
Oh, speaking of which, it's one Wachowski now, not 2.
Oh yeah, but I'm talking about back then,
back then we got 2. Now we're getting 1. Rivalry just kind of.
No, Lana just felt like there was a story to tell, and I'm sorry, I cannot remember her sister's first name now. But the other Wachowski sibling, she was just like, it just feels like going backwards to me, and more power to her. I get that. But I also understand the appeal of going back and, having new life experiences and being able to apply that to the philosophy that informed, especially the first movie. I get all that. But what I find most interesting about coming into this is they seeded so much with those things we mentioned, Enter the Matrix and the Animatrix. And for anybody who's never seen any of those things, where the fuck have you been for the past 2 decades? We're about to talk about it, so too bad if there's spoilers. Why did you click on this? I don't get it.
Or we watched them and we blocked them out.
Well, here's the thing. All right. First of all, just real quick, in the original Matrix trilogy, like the first movies, the story in Animatrix, Kid's story, shows that little pain in the ass kid from the sequels who's always like, "Hey Neo, what's going on, Neo? Huh, Neo? Can I help you out, Neo?" And that kid, his story, he is literally the only person who ever woke himself up from the Matrix. It was fucking awesome. It was a rotoscoped animation. And I honestly thought that when it came to the movie, we were going to find out that Kid was actually the one or a much bigger deal than he even came close to being in those flicks. It was such a fucking weird buildup and incredible letdown. But besides that, there's not a whole lot that's tying into going in this new, with this new movie, which is good. Because we don't have to worry about an onslaught from different directions of information concerning it. I will say, though, I think Lana Wachowski has really let pop culture over the past couple decades inform the approach to this, particularly because after watching the trailer way more times than I am proud to admit, it seems to me that Neo, Thomas Anderson, rather, I don't know what's going on with like his body or anything like that, how he is in the Matrix. I'm not trying to get too far into it because I don't know all the details. I'm just going based on what I can see. It seems that this may be another cycle going through, and the Matrix may have figured out a loophole in that whole free choice agreement that they came to at the end of the third movie by using those blue pills to treat some kind of mass like psychosis kind of deal. I think the mass psychosis, which we see Thomas is taking those blue pills, he's probably a sufferer of it as well. I think he's one of the people that actually caused it, because we see Neo from the first movie getting the mirror shit all over him as he's about to get pulled out of the Matrix for the first time after he takes the red pill. It's on a fucking screen that people are going through. It's been like slit open. I think that in the Matrix, the program, they've taken the events of what occurred that at that sixth interval, that sixth cycle, and they made it into a pop culture phenomenon inside of the program. It may have started as like a video game and then became like a hugely popular movie franchise. And whoever it was that played Neo in the movie franchise looks like Keanu Reeves. Because if you watch the trailer, when it shows Neo Thomas looking at his own reflection, he does not look like Keanu Reeves. He's older, kind of balding on top, white beard. It's like blink and you miss it. But like I said, I watched it way too many times to be healthy. And I think if you see like where he's in a building at one point, it says Deus Ex Machina in the back with like greenish hue around it, sort of reminiscent of the logo of the Matrix. I think that may be what they call it in the Matrix, Deus Ex Machina. And it, like I said, it just became this huge thing. It's like all the MCU movies and shit, like how everyone just like sweats it. But there are some people who went to go see the first Deus Ex Machina and they came out of it and it fucked with them so much that they're like, what if this really is a program? Blah, blah, blah. And that's why those blue pills, ontofloxacin, which is a combination of terms, by the way. Ontology is the study of metaphysics, and floxin is usually a suffix for antibacterials. So like it's antibiotics rather. So it's a way of saying like they're killing the virus of reality. And, it's just like a lot going on there. I think in this, Thomas's character is sort of like a Hideo Kojima for the entirety of this creation. And it might be weighing upon him what's happening with all these people who think that like what he did is real. And one other thing I noticed, did you see when they showed that whole, like for some weird reason, the retread of Trinity, like, jumping up and doing the run around the corner? That was not Carrie-Anne Moss.
No.
Did you notice the difference in her costume? It ties all down the back. And I just got the barest hint because they got the slick back hair and everything, but they had her sitting down and then pulled back. It hides her size. I think that's Christina Ricci. I think Christina Ricci is the new Trinity for that cycle. And like, there's a whole lot of shit going on. But one of the other things in the trailer is you can see the machines trying to hook up or save or whatever Neo with his eyes burned out from the end of the Matrix Revolutions.
You've watched the trailer way too many times.
I'm telling you, dude, I had a week off. What do you? I fully expected us to talk about this, and I haven't said anything to anybody in so long. Like I've had
the trailer on repeat for the last 72 hours. And
like, listen, I cannot undersell how fucking excited I was for the sequels to come out back in the early aughts, and how ultimately let down I was, mostly because, and I'm not trying to be like that guy, but like the story I built in my head was so much better than what we got on screen. It was less
Yeah.
confusing and convoluted, and it eschewed a lot of this the faux philosophical psychobabble, and I just, oh my God, this new movie, like I said, I'm so ashamed of myself because I should have learned my lesson back then. And instead I'm 39 years old now. And I'm like, oh, this is all the things I think that's going to happen with this movie that's coming out in 3 months. I will say this much. At least I only had 3 months. Like it's not like a year or two. But I honestly, that's why I'm not trying to guess at any motivations or anything. I'm just saying what I've seen and what it seems like is happening within that larger story that is yet to be revealed to us.
Hey, look, at least it's coming on HBO Max and we don't have to go to a theater to see it, So, I mean, not like Eternals. Eternals is going to be theaters only due to the success of Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi hopefully will come to streaming service soon. But, yeah.
It's a good movie. Shang-Chi. I enjoyed it. I saw it.
I'm waiting.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything because I don't, that one's definitely not one that everyone has seen, and that's not fair.
Yeah, it's
good though.
I definitely have patience to wait for it on VOD.
Yeah.
Because I'm definitely not going to the theater myself as well.
I bought in the theater that my wife and I go to, it's an AMC, and you can reserve your seats, which I think is one of the greatest innovations in cinema going in the past 15 years.
Yep.
Easily. Fuck Dolby Sound. Give me a reserved seat. Oh, really? You're sitting there? How about this is my ticket? Get the fuck out. It warms the cockles of where my heart should be. And I was like, fuck, there's only one way I'm seeing this movie right now. It's if I go into the theater. All right. How do I do this? All right. I'm going to go first showing in the morning on Saturday because nobody likes to fucking get up early. I go and there's plenty of seats. I was like, all right, well, shit. The seats that my wife and I usually like to take are already taken. So I was like, wait, this works to my advantage. They have a section of 3 seats in like rows going all up the side. I get the very back one, so the screen is still right there in front of me, no problem. And I buy all 3 fucking seats, 2 adults, 1 child. No children are attending this. But that way, I get to make sure that absolutely nobody is around my wife and I.
Nice.
And yeah, so I wore a mask, she wore a mask, and we had nobody sitting around us because of how I had purchased those tickets. It was beautiful. I'm okay with spending like the extra $10 to make sure that I don't fucking get sick and die.
Yeah.
But it's a good flick. I look forward to your impressions and reactions to it. And everybody else out there, if you get the chance when it's available, if you're not comfortable going to the movie theater, please check it out on video on demand. I think you'll be very pleasantly surprised if you are on the fence, and if you are just waiting for it, you don't worry, it's worth it.
Yeah.
The payoff is well worth it.
Yeah, it's bad that stuff's already leaked online. Like the
don't say it. Don't say it. Don't do it. Don't you
I'm not
do
gonna
it.
say it. No, is the after credits cameo.
Don't you fucking do it.
I'm not saying it. But there is one thing that did leak that I can mention.
Yes.
No.
It's not from Shang-Chi.
No. Yeah, Shang-Chi.
It is from Shang-Chi?
Yeah. A deleted scene.
Oh, all right.
It's not in the movie.
There you go.
Yeah, it's hilarious. It's Trevor, and he's in a dressing room, and the 2 main characters are talking to him, and this little faceless furry creature comes up to him.
Uh-huh.
And it's like this cute thing. It's like,
you should stop talking.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
It's not a deleted scene. No.
Thank you.
Really?
Thank you.
I said it was a deleted.
I wouldn't lie to you.
Stop.
Spoiler time. Dun, 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 dun,
No.
dun, dun. Oh. I can only do that because my chair has wheels, guys. If I actually tried to fucking move back and forth like MC Hammer, I'd fucking snap an ankle.
As long as you don't
like a fucking pretzel rod.
Okay, so that's okay. It was billed as a deleted scene, so maybe it was an extended scene.
Maybe it was, but whoever billed it as such, they're a dick.
Yeah, it's YouTubers, so they
well, there we go. I mean, hey, but if you're watching this on YouTube, we love you.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
So yeah, Matrix, like you know, absolutely loved the first one. I've bought it so many,
and then absolutely saw the second and third one.
Oh yeah. Man. It's
dude, there's so many parallels in this trailer. I'm telling you, like, there's another Neo. I guarantee it. They're so good. Lana Wachowski did such a good job with working whomever was the editor on the trailer. Like, they hide everyone's faces and such to such a degree that it really is. It evokes everything that you're familiar with, but it's clearly different. And one of the things I saw was a bird's eye view, and it was new. You could tell it was newly shot. It was two other people, but you can't make out features because of the bird's eye view. And it's a fucking agent at super speed punching some fucking dude in a black shirt up against the wall in his ribs, side to side, just like the subway fight scene between Agent Smith and Neo in the very first movie. You know, those are two things that are instantly recognizable from the first movie, but have been redone and thrown into the mix of this.
Yeah.
That's why
even with him holding up and catching all the bullets that's
yeah, but I mean, did you see when this was like one of my most paused scenes, and this is actually what led me to my Christina Ricci thing. It shows Trinity kind of like scream, and all of a sudden it looks like she gets like really blurry.
Yeah.
She's not really fucking blurry. That's 5 different Trinities.
Really?
Those are 5 different women. And if you look really close, all the way over to the right, she looks exactly like Christina Ricci, which is hysterical because they're all like head and eye level, and Christina Ricci is fucking pocket sized.
So Panda Cat says, I hope everyone's having an awesome day. We hope you're having an awesome day as well.
Thank you, Panda Cat. You too.
Also said, take both the red and blue pills. Yeah.
I'll take the purple.
I'm hopeful. I hope.
What else is new, Leo?
No. I
am too. That's the thing. Like,
yeah,
you know, as jaded and cynical as I appear to be, the underlying truth, honestly, is that, you know, jaded cynicism is just fucking optimism turned on its ear, man. I sit there and I fucking go, oh man, those other sequels, they were so bad. But here I am, I'm like, oh man, I had very, very little interest in this movie until I saw that trailer. And now I'm like, Team Neo, woo! Like, I just really want to see it, for good or for ill at this point.
Yeah.
I really want to believe that Lana Wachowski took a serious look at some of the criticisms that were lobbed at the second and third parts of that trilogy, and maybe tries to like rectify or answer some of those things and you know, bring it to a more satisfying, I don't know, course. Because I don't want to say it's going to end, because clearly they're going to try to milk this for another like 3 movies.
Yeah, I just Cloud Atlas, Jupiter Ascending.
Oh, don't. Okay, well, first of all, yeah, Speed Racer, that movie fucking sucked. Speed, haha.
I thought they also did this.
I loved Cloud Atlas though. I saw it in the theater. I fucking loved it.
Was Cloud Atlas the one with the machines?
No.
What was the one where?
Wait, hold on. The machines. There's actually like a bunch of different parts of Cloud Atlas.
Okay, there's this one movie I could have sworn it was the Wachowskis. It was billed as the people from The Matrix, and it was like these city-sized, like it was like cities on treads.
No, that was it Peter Jackson? Yeah, the Mortal Engines.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, no, that's not the. They might. No, that was Oh my God, I want to say it was Peter Jackson.
Okay,
It's not Mortal Engines, Mortal Instruments.
Some mortal something, mortal stupid. I don't know.
Movie about cities on wheels. Mortal Engines. I was fucking right. Okay, I'm doubting myself apparently. Oh, an American New Zealand co-production. Yeah, this is fucking Peter Jackson.
Okay.
If this is okay, never mind. I'm sorry. Oh no, screenplay by Peter Jackson. Director Christian Rivers. You know Christian Rivers? No, nobody does. So,
well, hold on. Christian Rivers from such hits as King Kong.
Never heard of it.
No, he was in the art department for King Kong.
Still never heard of it.
I love it when they go known for, and then you see it's like, he was the PA.
Known for being a grip on the Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers.
So
he stopped by the set one day and picked up one like styrofoam cup that fell, and they were like, "Ah, shit, we got to credit this guy now." Fuck.
So
I didn't know the Wachowskis did the story and screenplay for Assassins.
Ninja Assassins.
No, Assassins was Stallone and Banderas.
Assassins, and then they and they also did Ninja Assassin.
Oh, that gem.
Yeah.
What is?
Like I was saying, I hope it's going to be good. I know we all hope it's going to be good. It's just the track record hasn't been the greatest.
I know a lot of people liked that show Sense8 on Netflix that they did. They did that one with J. Michael Straczynski. Yeah, I honestly had. I actually wasn't a big fan of the screen version of V for Vendetta. You know, I know a lot of people love it. But for me, like that was a miss. But yeah, Speed Racer was terrible. Oh shit, Christina Ricci, Speed Racer. That makes sense. I just put that together. And I mean, I don't know. I just I want to believe like so badly. You know, like there's been such a shortage of like big like, oh, I'm really looking forward to that. Like this is something I haven't seen a million times in the past 5 years kind of shit. And granted, I know it's The Matrix. It's something I saw a bunch 2 decades ago, but like it's still not like a fucking straight up superhero movie or anything. It's a high concept science fiction actioner. So yeah, you know what? Let's fucking see if those shoes still fit. Let's go out there and check out how dancing is in them. And if you know we don't have a good time, well, I mean, if you have HBO Max, you didn't spend any extra money, so fuck the dumb shit.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, there's so much good stuff on HBO Max. Yeah, I'm trying to get their movie schedule to see what else is coming out. I mean, we just got Reminisce, just got Malignant.
This Friday is the new Eastwood movie, Cry Macho.
Yep, Cry Macho. That's September 17th, and 2 weeks after, Many Saints in Newark. I'm so excited for that. That's October 1st. October 22nd is Dune. November 19th is King Richard.
What? What King Richard?
What the hell is King Richard?
The guy with the fair up around here, the Renaissance deal? Like King Richard. I mean, I know historically who King Richard is, but I mean, like it's a straight up story about the freaking crusade. John Bernthal? Who's he? Oh wait, Will Smith? What is this?
Will Smith.
Okay, it's not a historical drama, everyone. I'm an idiot.
Look at how
it's a biopic about Venus and Serena Williams. I was way off.
What?
I'm guessing, after the coaching from their father, Richard Williams, so King Richard. And Will Smith is playing the titular father king.
Yeah, stars John Bernthal, Will Smith, and Dylan McDermott.
There was King, not to be similar to King Richard. There's been a preview I've been seeing on TV of a King Richard play, and Christopher Lloyd plays King Richard, and it's based off a Shakespeare thing. I think it was up in the mountains, up in New York, I think.
That's kind of cool.
Matrix 4 is December 22nd.
Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, everyone.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll get,
That's going to have some heavy competition with Spider-Man. Although, oh wait, Spider-Man's in theaters.
Yeah, talking about Spider-Man.
I was right.
Yeah, well, somebody leaked. Oh, cool. Hold on. Sorry. Right here. Son of a bitch. I need to. Come on, enlarge. Okay.
Before we leave Matrix, I just wanted to ask: have you seen the remastered that came out like a year and a half ago?
Yes.
Where
yes,
they
I did.
degreened it?
Yeah. Well, that's actually one of the things too in this trailer. If you actually watch the Matrix Revolutions, the third movie, at the very end when the little kid like creates the sunrise, right then when like the Matrix is starting anew, the green tint goes away. Like it's no longer part of the program.
Well, so I watched a documentary and I was talking about the green tint was actually a production mistake.
Sure it was.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. If they say so.
Yeah. So what were you going to say, Powerful Brandon?
That green tint is altogether absent from this new movie, from the trailer.
No. I mean,
what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm gonna share my screen for a second. I just like blew up. Actually, before I share screen, I want to try to see if I can get a little closer on this. Come on, 200%. Give me 5 million%.
Is this something where we need to say a spoiler warning?
Nah.
I'm gonna say it anyway because we're gonna be talking.
Okay. Let me see if you know what. Yeah. Let me share screen. Share screen, and we'll go here. We're gonna share that screen right there. Oh no, I gotta come on, share it. Good, great. Okay, so right here.
Yeah.
Look closely.
Oh, yeah.
Those are different women coming out of Trinity. It's right there. I didn't even have to work hard to find that, guys. Boom. Look at that is clearly an Asian woman who is Trinity. It's directly to Carrie Ann Moss's right. So I'm just saying there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. But what happened to the 6th? That's the version that we saw in the last movies, right? So I'm just saying, food for thought. There's some shit going down. Machines definitely like are doing some kind of fuckery. I'm there for it. All I'm saying is, do yourself a favor. Go watch the trailer about 5 trillion more times. Just scrutinize every second of it you can, and you too will find yourself babbling almost incoherently about these movies on a podcast in no time. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Look at that. Oh, see, that's
trying to make it larger.
Yeah.
Yep.
Told you.
Not even the same person.
Yep. Different people.
Yeah.
And look, that's Mr. Anderson.
What else do I have here?
Yeah. And like in the trailer, his mouth gets all like Tom's did in the interrogation room. But I think that Jonathan Groff's character is just like the boss of the company that Tom works for, and he's having what he thinks is a delusion when his boss is talking and the mouth seals up, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think he's necessarily like one of the big bads. I do think Neil Patrick Harris is a program, not an agent, but a separate, like a program that is there to actually regulate those blue pills being distributed to Thomas Anderson to keep him subdued and likely to keep his signal from being found because they have, the actual Neo tucked away somewhere.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know everything. I have the edges of the puzzle, I think, but I have no idea how to put the giraffe together in the middle.
Well, we're gonna find out soon.
I know, not soon enough.
No.
As far as I'm concerned, damn it.
So
Anyway.
yeah, I mean that was a lot on the Matrix.
Yeah, so thanks for tuning in the Matrix Wednesday podcast.
Let's see if we got Tom working now. Tom.
All right. Yeah, for some odd reason I still can't hear you guys. I don't know what's going on. And yeah, the sound. I tried everything.
Okay. Well, sorry. No, you can't hear us.
Yeah, this is weird.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to come back. All right.
Okay. Sounds good.
But yeah, so yeah, that was a lot on the Matrix. However, other things that popped up this week for upcoming movies. Somebody leaked Andrew Garfield video on the set of Spider-Man No Way Home, supposedly. And Andrew Garfield himself is saying like, "Oh no, it's a fake, it's a Photoshop." And it's like, is it?
It's video.
Yeah, I will say this, it's kind of funny. Somebody in one of the groups I'm in shared a link to a YouTube video, and it was a guy saying like, "Hey everyone, I'm the one that photoshopped the video." And then he does a quick snippet on like the video he posted on YouTube showing like how he took it apart and put it together and like degraded the thing to make it look like it was grainier footage and stuff. And I'm like, I don't know what to believe. I honestly don't. Like this could very well be true, or this guy could have been paid by like Disney and Sony to go out there and say, "Hey, make everybody think this is fake." Now.
That's what it is. You know, and I'm just going to preface this with, I have no actual knowledge about this. I'm just going by assumptions and what I've seen before in the past. But
let me just say that Leo's saying this just because off camera Disney's legal team has a gun to their head, gun to his head. So he's saying this because he's forced to.
No. Because what I'm going to say, they're not going to like.
Just say what we put on the paper, Pond. One more word off paper, and we swear to God your dog will get it.
It's. I'm 99% sure that we're gonna get Andrew in it. We're gonna get Toby in it. And it's. They're trying to. I know they're not trying to cover their tracks, but the longer they're in the press, the more, you know, this is all free press for them. Us talking about it,
yeah.
You know, and you know, what was it? Actual footage? Was it not? Oh, this guy photoshopped it, but you can't Photoshop a video. You know, it's just like
maybe you can't Photoshop a video. Maybe for mere mortals.
I call this the Zodiac Theory. I literally just watched Zodiac earlier today for an upcoming Throwback movie review on our podcast.
And Cruise did it?
No.
I'm just kidding.
So I don't know if you noticed in the movie Zodiac that the longer the stuff happens, the more people investigate it and get stuff right, or supposedly get it right. The more we speculate about this, and the more the fuel gets added to this Spider-Man No Way Home fire, the more stuff like we get one teaser and one trailer, the more fuel gets added to that fire, and the more we speculate, the more we Photoshop shit, and the more we get grainy shit, and the more Andrew Garfield has to jump onto Kimmel and say, "Oh, it's not me, but it really is me," but he's, you know, lying. But you know what? It's just give us a penny and we'll give you a pound, pretty much, because we have the technology to call Disney out on their bullshit.
I mean, I would just I've said it so many times now, and I truly mean it. Like, listen, if they're in the movie, great. If they're not in the movie, even fucking better, because like the entertainment value of that movie all together, if they are not in it, just skyrockets for me, because I have no horse in that race. Like I'm ambivalent one way or the other. Like, hey, they're in it, they're not. Okay, I'm gonna see the movie. I'll probably have as good a time as I can. But like, the people who are gonna lose their fucking minds when
I'm with you.
Not in it.
I'm with you, Brandon. Either way, I'm along for the ride, just like I am with Shang-Chi. It's worth the wait, and I just want to be there on Twitter when I see everyone explode, including Leo, because I know Mephisto won't be in it, and I just want to see Leo.
I'm not going to explode. It's just I'm
tempted.
Happens. You know?
I'm tempted to buy tickets to like the first 2 showings at my local cinema. Go and see it, and know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? And like, depending on what happens or doesn't in the movie, just sit there in the theater with my phone recording the audience, just the audience, not the screen, just waiting for people like, what the fuck? Just start ripping their clothes and biting chunks out of their own hats. Like, oh, dude.
I think there's a YouTuber.
Pandemonium.
There's a YouTuber in Massachusetts that's already beaten you to that. His name is Audience Reactions.
Yeah, I'm not talking about making a fucking big thing out of it. I just mean this one fucking movie. And just like, watch what happens when everyone loses their fucking mind at the same time. Like, and here's the video. If you listen closely, you'll hear when Tobey Maguire doesn't show up. And that guy shits himself in rage.
So one of the theories that I've heard, and let me know what you think about this. You know, Sony, they're not happy about like the Marvel relationship. Like, you know, they have to take direction from Marvel on how they're handling Spider-Man. Yeah. So the one theory that I've heard is that they may bring another Spider-Man into the movie, and they may they'll bring in Andrew, but they'll bring in Toby, they'll kill off Toby, and Andrew will become the MCU Spider-Man, and then they'll keep Tom for their movies.
Sure, because that's super, super straightforward and completely unconvoluted. That is weird, man. Like, that's like right up there with what I heard. People like, oh, that's because, you know, they're gonna bring Tom back over to Sony and they're gonna give Miles Morales to MCU. And I'm like, why on earth would they fucking do that? Why?
And that's why, ladies and gentlemen,
they own Miles Morales. They don't have to trade shit with Disney. Like, it's not like, well, they're gonna give them back so they can get this. It's like, no. If Sony's like, give us our shit back, they have no choice. It's like, okay, here you go. There's no holding Peter Parker hostage. Like, give us the fucking Morales kid or Parker gets it. Like, no. People are just so fucking dense. They have no idea how the business world of film works, particularly through the labyrinthine bullshit that Sony and Disney has going on. Holy fuck, man.
And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, Sony and Marvel/Disney are in a joint custody battle over Spider-Man.
Yeah, Kramer versus Kramer versus Kramer. What the fuck? Who's the third Kramer?
Venom.
Oh, that's the other thing too. People like, you know, I'm hearing rumors of Venom might show up in No Way Home. He might show up. And I swear to God, I want it so badly to be Topher Grace from Spider-Man 3. That's the same thing, guys. Like, if we have him show up, if they have all these villains in different Spider-Man show up, then please have him show up too, because it's still the same thing. I want to hear so many people get so mad. I would be delighted. Oh, whew. All right. Anyway, so.
Spider-Man. Yeah.
Elvira. Leo.
Damn. What, Steven?
No, you already mentioned the next topic. I was going to mention something different, but okay.
I know
I was going to mention something different. You're going to shut me down anyway, so I'll mention it later. So.
No, I'm curious now, Steven. What were you going to bring up?
Are you pissed off Apple didn't mention any new computers yesterday?
I'm not pissed off. I'm shocked,
befuddled, bewildered.
Yeah, it's what they released was just a big meh. It was like,
yeah,
they released they released new phones, new iPads,
new watches.
New watches. And like the watch face is scratch resistant.
Finally.
That's not scratch proof. I mean, just like, and Oh, the watch, if you go taking a bike ride, it'll know you're bike riding and give you an alert saying, "No, do you want to track your bike ride?" And if you fall from your bike, it'll give you an alert asking if you're okay.
Hey, can I swim with this watch? Yeah, sure. I don't see why not. Well, because I couldn't swim without it.
I mean, to be fair, it was just an Apple event.
To be fair,
well, it's and
they do this every year, and they do it just so.
Listen. As surprised as either one of you may have been over some of the big announcements that Apple made, I was surprised that Apple had some kind of big deal where they made announcements, because I had no fucking idea this happened.
Oh, they do it every year.
Yeah,
no, I know they do it every year. It was so far off my radar that when you were like, "Oh yeah, let's talk about the Apple stuff," I was like, "Apple did shit."
Not only that, there's like people that get banned from their events. They're like YouTubers that like will restream the event and do like a they'll talk about it as it's happening live, and they get banned, and it's just it's
a fucking weird hill to die on, man. But, at least they're dead, I guess.
It's crazy. Then there's like the whole group of people that actually do get invited, and they're like they'll go, like the invites have like some secret meaning to it. It's like
for anybody listening, I'm twirling my mustache right now.
There was a whole video I was watching. It was going off like, did you see the time was like at like 3:15? What did that mean? Or it's like, does that mean we're getting something March 15th or something? It's like, what the fuck?
What? Wow, that's people just glom onto any fucking thing.
Yeah, but so they released a new iPhone that it says it has cinematography level quality recording, and I watched one of the tech videos, and they brought up to the point that it still has the lightning cable on it. So yeah, you're gonna record this awesome video, but it's gonna take you fucking forever to get it off, because they still haven't adopted the USB 4, and but the new iPad mini has a USB 4, and that's the only device that has that connector, which is an ultra fast Thunderbolt.
Well, Apple likes to keep people guessing. I guess I still like this stuff.
And I don't get it. You have an iPad, the larger sized iPad, which they did a whole mess of improvements for $329. But then they have the iPad mini for $499. Why is the smaller one more expensive than the larger one? Yeah, and I'm sure there's.
Did someone say mini?
So yeah, it was a big meh, and we'll probably get computers released in.
So it's more like Apple.
Yeah,
Apple.
I mean, I love the Apple ecosystem. I've moved back to Apple myself. And I know Steven, you're in the Apple ecosystem. Brandon, are you in the Apple ecosystem?
No,
okay.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I had an iPod once, and then when I realized, like, oh, if I want to continue using this, I'm going to have to, buy all kinds of Apple shit. That's insane. No, thank you. It's so proprietary that I was just like, this is nuts. I mean, it was a gift from my wife. I mean, she was my girlfriend at the time, but she got me a nice iPod Touch.
Yeah,
and I was really digging on it. And this was back when you could still find some pretty decent, cheap, paid, legal downloads, like for songs and stuff.
Yeah,
but it was like, oh yeah, I just got fucking 500 songs at 9 cents a piece.
From like the Russian sites.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, literally like legalsounds.com. But it was great. Like, I never had any problems, and I got so much music, and then I realized, like, oh, hey, look, everything else I have can do the same shit, and I don't need a fucking iPod to do it. Bye. That was enough for me, man. I didn't feel the need to, and I think part of it too was I did know some people that had iPhones at that point in time, and you got to remember, like, iPhones, especially then, were like like such a status symbol.
Oh, yeah.
And if people were just like, oh, it's a really good phone, like you should try giving it a shot. That's fine. That's one thing.
Yeah.
But I knew people who were like, it's the fucking best. You have to get it. And like they're like, dude, it's awesome. It's like you're part of an exclusive club. I'm like, it's a phone, man. Like, who gives a shit? And I was sticking with like my Samsungs and what have you, and that's what I still have right now. No problems whatsoever. Never had a problem with any of the Samsung stuff I've had. And I don't buy into the whole like this or that. Like, hey, if you like Apple, cool, man, go with Apple. You like Samsung, that's cool too. If you're LG, I don't know the fuck why. Stop talking. just kidding. LG's a brand.
It is, yeah. For growing up as a techie, and I always built my own computers. Ever since you were able to, like the 386 started then. I was so anti-Apple, and then I got a job where they forced me onto an Apple, and I'm like, hey, it's not that bad,
Try it, it's good for you. I don't want to.
So I switched to Apple for a while, and then it's got really expensive, and then I'm like, fuck this.
Because that proprietary shit, man.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was. I had a actually we had some comments. I apologize. I am not doing my job.
Oh man.
My sister says hi, Leo.
Hi Victoria Maurice. I'm not Leo, but also hi.
Tom, for some strange reason I couldn't hear you guys. I'm sorry, Tom.
That's because we only mouthed the words we were saying whenever you were on, Tom. We weren't actually speaking. Oh no, it's the guys twirling mustaches again. If we're here doing this, who's tying that girl to the railroad tracks?
I forgot what I was saying.
Comments.
Yeah, comment.
Apple.
Yeah.
They made you use it.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
They're like, Mr. Pond, you'll use this fucking computer if you know what's good for you, or you'll get such a fucking doing.
Anyway, I'm back at Apple, and I'm enjoying it. It's I find it hilarious that I'm seeing these YouTube videos, and they switched processors again with the Apple computers. So they're now developing their own processor. So that was the big thing. They did their own processor for the longest time, PowerPC and all that. And then they switched to Intel. That was a huge thing. And now they switched away from Intel and now developing their own processor again. And you have these people that, have these Mac Pros where they spent $14,000 on a computer for video editing. And they're like, I have this computer. I'm still paying off. And then they release this computer now for $600, and it's faster than that.
Well, that's because you're a fucking sucker.
Yeah.
See, sometimes it doesn't pay to spend all kinds of money on the flashiest, biggest things right away.
Yeah.
That's like every single time I've ever bought a next-gen console. I've never purchased it within the year it first comes out. That's insane.
Yeah.
I worked at GameStop when PlayStation 2 came out and Xbox, and that was a fucking nightmare, man. I'll tell you, the fucking Red Ring of Death on Xbox, whoo boy, there were a lot of upset kids after that Christmas, I tells you.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, some scalpers have been coming down really low on their prices of their PlayStation 5s.
I actually did see that and on a couple of the sites I've been checking out. I actually found a site where I was like, wait a minute, that's only like $150 over retail. That's and then also like very fucked up that I'm like, that's only $650. What? Wait a minute, what? Like,
I mean, there's hope. There's hope for Star Wars fans because Knights of the Old Republic, the Star Wars role-playing game,
KOTOR
is being remastered for the fucking PS5, and for the lucky 7 of you in the world that have a fucking PS5, you lucky bastards are gonna get
I love the fact that they're making it a PS5 exclusive when it was a fucking Xbox exclusive. Yep. I remember people coming into the store. Disney. Like so pissed off, like I just got a PlayStation 2. This sucks. I'm like, oh, you know what? You probably should have got a subscription to Game Informer. You would have known all about the games coming out. Would you like to get a subscription now? You also get 10% off used games. Yeah, that man, that GameStop shtick really sticks with you. But, yeah, Yeah, man, there were so many kids that came in like so mad when they were like, "Is it coming out for PlayStation?" I was like, I just got off the phone with my contacts over at Sony, and they said no. Get the fuck out of my store, kid. No. But yeah, I saw that, and I know a lot of people are very, very excited about it. So that's cool, man. When I get a PlayStation 5, I look forward to playing a game on it at some point.
Yeah, it's the only. I mean, I'm waiting for Horizon Zero Dawn, the Eastern or Western, whatever it's called, and that comes out in February, I think. So
I have nothing like really pressing to me really to get a PS5 right now. It hasn't been that big a deal.
Well, the only thing that
dude, I've been playing GameCube for the past week.
Ditto.
Yeah, beautiful Joe, man. Fucking,
yeah, you got it made there.
Yeah, PS5 can suck a fart out of my ass. I don't give a shit.
The only thing that is I was trying to get a PS5 for the longest time, and I stopped now because it's like bills, but
that'll do it every time.
Yeah, but that the games that I want to replay now that I own on my PS4. They've upgraded on the PS5. It's like a free upgrade.
Yeah, but they're getting ready to stop that. They actually made some kind of announcement not too long ago that the upgrading and stuff is gonna cut out sooner rather than later. Hey, come here. All right, fine. Good night to you too, pal. Sorry, that was Otisberg. We got a new puppy who we named Argo after Argo City, the city on Krypton that Supergirl is from. And he's a tiny, adorable little dude, and Otisberg loves playing with him. And so far, that's like really all Otisberg likes doing with him is playing. Otherwise, he's like, you can just stay right the fuck over there, pal. And he came over just now to say goodnight because my wife's going upstairs to go to bed, and he started making his way over, and then Argo was like right at his ass, like ready to follow him, and he was just like, ha! Yeah, never mind. I don't even want to say goodnight to you. I'll just go upstairs. I'll go upstairs, not sleep in your bed anymore because there's a fucking puppy in it. Like, sorry, buddy. We thought you wanted a playmate, but we can't get rid of him now, so get used to it. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail. I didn't.
Does he walk by and just say, "Oh, fucking traitor"?
Like he lies down in his bed or on his dedicated like chair in the living room, and he puts his head like right on the arm of the chair, and he just goes like, I'll look at the camera. He just does this to me while the puppy is not even like on me or like 3 feet within me, like with my wife. But he looks at me and he's just like, I'm like, dude, chill the fuck out. She's the one petting the puppy. And he's like, yeah, she is. You're letting her, right? I'm like, whoa. All right, let's go get you a treat so you remember that I'm your friend. Don't kill me in my sleep. Thank you. But yeah, it's been real. Like we've only had Argo since Friday, so like it's not even been a week. But yeah, sorry. Like I said, I didn't mean to derail.
What kind of puppy?
Mixed.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a rescue. We adopt. We don't shop. And not this week, but next week, I'm going to be getting a DNA test for him. So once I get the results, I'll have a clear idea. Rescues never really know exactly what a dog is. We got Otisberg, and they were like, "Oh, he's a lab border collie mix." I was like, "Oh, okay." That we looked at him like that makes sense. And then I got his DNA test back. I'm like, "Oh, either you guys are wrong, or Embark is making shit up because I've never heard of a treeing Walker Coonhound before." And that is exactly what he is mostly. He's like treeing Walker Coonhound, Rottweiler, and like fucking Chow Chow. I don't even know how the mechanics of that worked, but yeah, it's so very strange mix, and you would never figure it out to look at him. And right now we got this little guy. Beats me, man. I wouldn't be. I'm so certain that we're gonna get some vaccine of these fucking beagle or something like. Oh, this dog is not gonna be anywhere near as large as we were hoping.
Rescue is a good way to go.
Oh yeah. I mean, the only downside for like when we got Argo, especially, is we went to meet him / get him. And we brought Otisberg with us, which was great because they had a chance to like play around and run around the yard of the rescue where he was staying. And but the thing is, they have all these other dogs there too. And I straight up told the woman, I was like, keep every other puppy in that house, every other puppy. And she's like, oh, you afraid your wife's gonna? No, I'm afraid I'm going to fucking see them. Are you insane? I can't be trusted. I'm a large child. You let me see all those puppies. I'll look at my wife and be like, but
we're taking them
leave
home.
all of them, right? You know, and that's I can't be trusted. I'm like, please, just the one puppy we asked to see, just the one. She was like, okay. I was like, yeah, I know. I'm offering you up like a freebie there. Like, ooh, I could do it. Don't, please, don't.
Oh, look, one followed me out.
Oh, look, it's his brother. Like, oh, we have to get them now. I've bonded with them. You just saw him. I said I bonded.
What's the animal that like bonds with something as soon as you see it? It's like a baby duck or something like that.
Brandon Powers.
Yeah. We rescued I rescued a dog a long time ago, and it definitely came from a abused family. I think they had a kid that would like yank its ears because every time you went to pet it, it wouldn't like nip at you.
Yeah, the ears would go back, its head would go down. Yeah, I know. I've seen that, unfortunately.
Yeah. Took us a couple of years just to get it to where it was.
Hey, I wouldn't believe how many times I had to smack that dog before it smartened up. I think you went the opposite direction of that one, pal.
No dogs were harmed, but yeah.
But plenty of Leos. Look, we're friends. He bit me again. It's a friend bite, though. Yeah. I get it. I'm the same way. I'm like I honestly I get along with animals very well. Like it's almost preternatural. But like there's occasionally like that dog that's just an asshole to everyone. Like just nothing good about it. You're like, oh, you're a prick in fur. Like I get it, and they kind of and for me that's such an unusual situation. But I always excuse it. I'm always like, no, it's fine. No, I probably, it was me. I smell weird today. I get it. No, I would have bit me too. I'll just be over in the corner crying because your dog doesn't want to be friends with me. No, it's not a pain thing. Well, it's a pain on the inside thing. Don't worry about it. It's fine. But anyway, for me, like any dog, I've said this before, any dog I meet at that moment in time is my service animal. That is the thing I needed right then to calm me down and keep me from murdering things. So thank you to everyone who's ever let me pet their dog in the middle of Home Depot. But anyway.
Yeah. Elvira's coming back.
Yes. Did she ever really leave? She was always in our hearts, right?
She was always in our hearts and at conventions and
well, yes, mostly as Cassandra Peterson at conventions over the past few years. Yeah. She did show up in Salem, Massachusetts in 2019 dressed in full Elvira Mistress of the Dark Regalia, which was pretty cool. My mother-in-law took my father-in-law to go meet her. They got their photo and an autograph. He's a big fan. It's just really cool to see that she's got a thing going on. It's about fucking time.
I like the fact that it's on Shudder, and I like the fact that she's bringing back the whole thing that she did back then. Sitting on the couch and introducing the movies and doing the movie thing in between. Kind of similar to what Joe Bob did and still does. Or
any number of late night horror movie hosts over the past few decades.
Yeah. I think Joe Bob's comeback is what fueled Cassandra Peterson to don the Elvira wig. And I think Shudder was the one that was like, hey.
It's either her or Discovery would have done it, because Discovery's really been they've been really growing their paranormal programming.
Well, I honestly, Joe Bob may have informed the idea, like, oh, we have this going on, we can get her, but at the same time, I think it's more of what everybody else is doing across the board, just in pop culture, not just like horror, is weaponized nostalgia. People are nostalgic for those things. That's why they brought Joe Bob Briggs back anyway, So they act as like opposite ends of the same spectrum, really, where Joe Bob Briggs really tries to break down a lot of what you see within the movie and give you all kinds of factoids, which is awesome and fun. Like, it's informative, it's infotainment. Elvira is not so much on the informative side necessarily, but it's fun. It's cheeky and campy and plays into her comedic background, from Groundlings back in LA, so you get a lot of that same reminiscence from a lot of the folks that watch stuff from her in the 80s and Joe Bob Briggs in the 80s and 90s, Monster Vision and all that shit. And I mean, to have them both on Shudder, that's a no-brainer. I mean, AMC, that's a smart move on their part. And we wouldn't talk about, I mean, Discovery's got their stuff with paranormal. I mean, AMC has really been pushing for that for a long time. I mean, they had one of the most successful horror series of all time, The Walking Dead, for numerous years. I mean, they've understood how that fan base works, and that's why Shudder has started to become even bigger, especially through their AMC Plus app. So I think she's in good hands for sure.
Well, also, especially just real quick, they finally allowed you to buy AMC Plus without having a cable subscription.
Yeah. It was phenomenal. A fucking nightmare, man. Like, I had to get AMC Plus. I have a yearly Shudder subscription because I'm that fucking guy. But I wanted to get AMC Plus because there are shows on AMC that my wife and I like. Like, we both like Better Call Saul. My wife watches Killing Eve, which switched from BBC to AMC. And the only way I could get it was through cable. And thankfully, like, we got rid of cable, but they gave us the Flex box, and you were able to get it through there, get a subscription. But I was like, this is killing me to have to go to Flex for this one fucking app where I use everything else on an Amazon Fire Cube. And sure enough, after like a year of bitching and complaining about it and spending the money to fucking have it through Comcast, I was like, oh my God, it's available. And Dara was like, is there a price difference? I was like, it's $1 more on Fire. And she was like, that's so stupid. I was like, I know, it's so stupid that I'm about to cancel it on Comcast and pay $1 more. She's like, are you really? I'm like, you bet your ass I am. I'm tired of this switching sources bullshit. Yeah. And it's awesome. And also because we did that, the live TV for AMC and shit like that, it shows up as part of the live TV options on Amazon Fire, like on the Fire Cube. So yeah, I can just like put whatever on. It's fucking great. But yeah, they have so much selection because of everything that they've pulled from their original programming, their movies, and like so much horror stuff because of Shudder. It's really cool.
I need to start watching more. Sorry, go ahead, Steve.
Well, you guys were talking about Walking Dead earlier, and I was trying to chime in on that. As far as Walking Dead is still alive and kicking, even though it's been on life support for the past couple seasons.
I guess you could say it's The Walking Dead.
Dude, it's come back. It was dead for a while, but pun intended.
I'm sitting here like, come on, guys.
And before you cut me off again, Brandon, I have a Flex as well. And
wait.
Shut up. And we got Peacock with our Flex.
Same here.
And it's been very useful because I cannot wait to see Halloween Kills when it comes out on Peacock.
Yeah. I completely agree. And to be perfectly honest, I mean, even before Peacock was available as an app on Amazon, I found a mirror and put a fucking jerry-rigged Peacock app, so I still didn't need to use the fucking Flex for it. But because of the fact that we use the internet, we have the free Peacock subscription automatically with the free Flex. I was like, well, it would have cost me $5. Then I'll just spend the $5 to not have ads. So there we go. I can watch whatever the fuck I want on that, and I'm all set. And it's great too because there's just like I'm a Parks and Rec fan, and I can sit there and watch that all the time.
It gives me and my co-host another streaming service to use. My co-host has been watching reruns of Airwolf. So
well, how about but they have some great original programming too, like AP Bio.
Yeah,
that's a really fun show, starring Glenn Howerton from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia and Patton Oswalt. And there's another show that was created by Mike Schur, the guy who did co-created Parks and Rec, co-created The Office, the U.S. Office, and created The Good Place, as well as Brooklyn Nine-Nine. And it's called Rutherford Falls, and it stars Ed Helms.
Oh, really?
It's really, really good. It's got kind of like sort of a Pawnee, Indiana from Parks and Rec feel to it, but it involves the indigenous tribe from that area, and the fact that Ed Helms' character, his like great grandfather, was the one who settled that town.
What's the name of it again?
Rutherford Falls.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of Reservoir.
Reservation Dogs. Yeah. It has what's his name, Dustin Milligan in it. He plays a reporter from NPR. He played the vet that Alexis was like in love with in Schitt's Creek.
I got one for you guys to see. A show. It's on Hulu, and there's like new episodes every Tuesday. Only Murders in the Building.
Oh yes, yeah, that is really good.
Yeah, I have not seen it yet. My mother-in-law watched a couple episodes. I was like, "You guys need to check this show out." I'm like, "Do I?" Thanks, Donna.
It's pretty good. But also another one to check out is Miracle Workers.
You were saying that, yeah. I mean, I loved the first season. I never got around to the second season. Medieval stuff just kind of, it takes a lot for me to get into sometimes.
Well,
but
it's whether it was, all three seasons, even the Old West, it's like they're mixing now at times. Like,
yeah, it's mashups.
Yeah, like in the Old West, there's Instagrammers. But they're doing the old-fashioned photos, and they're like,
"Oh man,
it's hilarious." It was
that's great.
The last episode we watched, it was they're going to ford a river, and it's like there's a chance not all of us are going to make it, and you know what, the wagons won't float. We need to give up somebody, and they're like, well, why don't we throw out all our stuff? And they're like, nope, somebody needs to die. And like
sounds right to me.
The rich guy in the group was like, you know what, we're going to take a ferry. So they're at the ferry, and there's like these two people that go, these people pay us to go around to places and take pictures with and like they asked them,
paparazzi.
Well, no, it's influencers, and they're like, because they're going through showing all their pictures, and they're like, they're at the White House, they're at all these famous places, and they're like, so what did you do there? Oh, we didn't do anything. We just took the picture.
Oh, it's outstanding. Yeah. Well, yeah, so it sounds like we've all been enjoying a few different shows. I recommend the ones I said, and I'm sure that what you guys listed is also incredibly quality because nobody here has bad taste.
Yeah, well, except for me, but yeah, I'll check out.
I mean, I wasn't gonna say that last part, but
okay, so Rutherford Falls, Only Murders in the Building, and then Miracle Workers. So, yeah.
Yep.
Only other thing we didn't really talk about, What If? I'm assuming we all watched this week's episode and last week's episode.
Yeah. I'm sure. Yeah. I'm. This show is not as good as I want it to be.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that. I understand that people went gaga for Marvel Zombies last week. That's great.
It was dark. It was definitely dark. Did you catch what?
Hold on, Steve. I want to know what you got. Come on.
Okay, so the previous two episodes, Doctor Strange and Marvel Zombies, they were a little dark, like Leo said, but they were also depressing. But I like them. I've loved them all so far,
and that's great. Seriously.
But this one recently, the recent episode, this one came out today. This is just me, and I'm not getting political here or anything like that. I think they should have released this one first because of the setting in the beginning.
What, Afghanistan?
Mm-hmm.
Nah. I mean, I don't.
It's just me. It's just me.
I mean, I don't see why they should have released it first. How I mean,
with everything.
But you realize that everything that you're talking about, why they should have released it first, happened after the first episodes were released, right? Like, so there's no way that they could have known that this was all going to happen when like the first episode came out. So, I mean,
no, it could have been the first episode. That's what I'm
saying. I understand that, but like you're saying, like, you know, it's like with the current current climate being what it is, if they had released it as the first episode, like they wouldn't have known to release it before this because they didn't know this was going to happen.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, I don't think it's something that anyone should really get up in arms about anyway, because they not you.
It was just something I noticed, you know.
Yeah, no, not you. I'm talking about anybody out there that may have been like, what the fuck, because of everything happening. They spent like 2 seconds there, really, when you think about it. If it had, honestly, like if it had been like when Tony got abducted in the very first Iron Man movie, that may have actually been more problematic, just showing that outright. It was a weird episode though. Very, very roundabout combination of the ideas in Iron Man and Black Panther. We lost Leo.
Bye, Leo.
Yeah, my camera crapped a bit.
All right, we'll get this wrapped up then. Okay. So real quick, it is strange that they made some of the decisions they did in this. I will say I found it very interesting that they showed the first two people once the double cross was beginning that Eric Stevens, Killmonger, killed were two black men. When his whole stance was freeing the black men and women of the world, like showing them who they really are and what their community could be and what it is based on Wakanda. But it really, by doing that, it shows that he's really still just focused on revenge. That's what his whole game is. And it's the carryover from what we know of his character from Black Panther. It was very subtle, but like very powerful. I found that to be like very effective. But otherwise, a lot of it seemed very quick, too quick for the story. This may have benefited from being about 10 to 15 minutes longer, so they didn't feel the need to like run out of breath as they were getting all their lines out. And you know, it kind of ended on a like, okay kind of note. Like it was interesting to see like where it could go from there. But still, I feel like their strongest episodes are right there in the middle with like 3 and 4. You know, with Doctor Strange and oh my god, the one right before it. I can't even remember it now. But yeah, like I feel like some of the stuff is just a little weak and could benefit from a little bit more thought and less worry about connecting things to other things, because they're clearly gearing it up and it needs to stop.
Yeah,
crying out loud.
Yeah, and this is mid-season, right? Was this
this was 6, so we got like a couple more episodes and that's it. Like 3 more episodes. Yeah. So I mean, I think it was cool seeing the whole Hank Pym thing with him taking all the would-be Avengers out because he snapped after his daughter was killed on a SHIELD mission. You know, I thought that was interesting and certainly didn't necessarily see it coming right off the bat. And what happened with Doctor Strange and like losing himself because of his grief, you know, that was effective, and especially how it ended. What if zombies? That was made because there are so many people that love Marvel Zombies. Like that's it. It's the MCU Marvel Zombies. Okay, that's great. It looked better than it actually was. If you catch my meaning, like it did look great, but the story just it wasn't fantastic. And in this Killmonger rescued Tony Stark. the most interesting thing to me altogether, knowing what I know about the MCU and what have you, is when you watch Iron Man 2 and you see Tony's getting poisoned because of the arc reactor not functioning on the energy it would actually need, and you come to realize that he finds out that there's an element that his father has given him clues to, and he, quote, discovers it, and that's now how he's able to operate arc technology. When this vibranium ring is thrown up and shown on a cellular level, it's the same exact map that Tony used to create this element to control the arc technology and keep himself from dying in Iron Man 2. So essentially, like, they were saying in Iron Man 2, before they got to the point where they mentioned vibranium, that he was discovering the element to create vibranium.
Yeah.
So it was just like, if you paid enough attention, you would have caught that. Like, I saw it right away. I was like, oh my God, that's the pattern. And then I turned to my wife. I'm like, I swear to God, I didn't watch Iron Man 2 last night before this. I promise. Nobody watched that last night. I guarantee it. But yeah, I want this to wrap up by the end of the season in a very good way. And just continue on. Keep it anthological, like just an anthology, for crying out loud. We don't need it to be the making of a new fucking team every season or some shit. Like, just let a story be a story, guys, please.
Yeah.
But,
I agree.
Anyway. So I think we I hope there's a Marvel Zombie special in time for Halloween. I mean, you just got a Marvel Zombie special in time for Halloween. It was a Marvel Zombies episode of What If. It was just in time. 2 months early.
Yeah. I'm 1 month early.
Well, I mean, if you look, month and a half, let's split the difference.
We're gonna wrap things up here, and I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And sorry, my camera died, but it's probably why more people are tuning in right now. Because
wow, I'm not saying you're wrong, but wow.
I have a face for radio, right?
Boo.
I want to thank everybody for watching this fine evening, and definitely, for me, just Google Leopold and find a bunch of stuff. Could be true, could be not. I'm not going to say which is which, but I run a little thing called the Dorkening Podcast Network, which we got about 40 shows on the network. A lot of awesome people doing a lot of awesome stuff, including Steven here. You got some stuff going on. Where can people interact with you?
First off, Leo's going to put the link in the chat or in the comments, but I have revamped my Teespring store. I have items up for sale, and if you use the code RETRO at checkout, you can get 10% off your order. That goes up till Halloween. The sale is up till Halloween, so check it out. Leo will put the link in the comments. You're supposed to put it in the show notes, but he'll put it in the comments. He'll put it in the show notes next week.
You gave it to me too late.
Well, you got it for next week. Anyway,
got it for next week. It's going in the chat right now.
Super Retro Throwback Reviews on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We have 2 shows, Super Retro Throwback Reviews, the Audio Files, and CSI The Vegas Files. You can follow both of those shows on all major podcasts and distributors and on the Dorkening Podcast Network, and go to patreon.com/Super Retro Podcast.
Okay. Brandon.
Hey, everyone. I'm, let's see, you can join me over on Facebook at the Powers Combined group. Just a bunch of geeks having a good time, sharing info and laughs. Number 1 rule is don't be a jerk. If you violate it, you will be booted immediately. You can follow me on Twitter at Brandon's Powers and on Instagram at This Brandon Has Powers. I am here every Wednesday on the Dorkening Podcast at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I am also currently joining Leo Pond and Justin Cooper on a couple of different podcasts on a bi-weekly basis. One is Comics Paradox, in which we discuss alternate reality comic book tales, sort of what ifs, Elseworlds, things of that nature. We'll be doing series or one-offs, story arcs and all that fun stuff. That's a blast, and recently started a Twitter on that. So if you want to follow at at comics_paradox, COMIX.
You used an underscore.
I did.
I didn't think about that because we'll talk about it after.
Okay, that's because I had no choice. But also, we are joining Justin Cooper regularly at bi-weekly, like I said, on the Dork Night, which is discussing various Batman comic books over the years, different artists' takes, writers, so on and so forth. We dissect an issue or full-blown story each episode. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, check all that stuff out, gang.
Yeah, and you'll find Twitters and stuff for that once I use the name with the underscore, because Dork Night is something the Joker said, and somebody has already taken all of the social media records for that. So yeah, fun stuff.
Seems like I really underscored your problem there.
Yeah. Do you want to create the account Dork Night 78? What? No.
78. What's the significance of that? Well, you see, what happened was there were 77 other assholes that picked this name first.
Okay. Thank you everybody for joining. We'll catch you guys later. Bye.
Bye, everyone.